We're about to put this top done JS 3000 to work. We're pulling it right out of the box. I have not charged it or anything. We don't know if it comes with a little bit of juice in it or not, but right here. All right, it took a minute, but we're getting it. All right, that's on there. Let's see if we got any power. We got 75% power. Go out there and hit the key. I'm telling you, we started it up this morning to bring it here. All right, here we go. We started up this morning to bring it here, and it fired right up, and we're gonna try to put this top done right on it. Don't know what happened. See if it fired right up. All right, hold your ears. Look at that. I'm telling you people, that thing jumped it right off. It's on. It's ready to go. That's the second time that this thing has saved us today. Y'all get you one. Well, we made it back home. Our problem is the alternator went out. When we started this morning to get the exhaust put back on it, and it fired right up, and then when we got there, after we talked to them, well, it wouldn't fire up. And thank goodness we had this JS 3000 by Top Don, got us out of a mess. And I'd like to thank Top Don for sponsoring this video. Link in the description below is a 5% discount code. Y'all go check it out if you will. And let's get back to the video and see what this equipment's about. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm kind of in my wheelhouse today. The last videos has been on trucks and parts and all that. This morning, Jacob and I are up here. We're going to try to start these three pieces of equipment, which I'm assuming they will. There's a logging crew that shut down, and just the wood dealer that was on the line with this logging crew had called me yesterday and wanted me to come up here and look at it, give him a price on it. I've called a couple of my contacts to see if they was interested, and it was. He wants to sell it as a package deal. He has a Caterpillar. I don't really know what model this is. I know it's a 437D with a CTR ground saw, and the other skidder, the only skidder is an 848H John Deere. We're going to go over each one of them and look at them real good and see what issues they have. So let's just do a walk around of the skidder first. The winch drive line is still in it, which that's unusual. Looks like it's greased a little bit. Dual arch. Grapple's still holding up. It's leaking some. This right here looks like they have done some cutting on that. That is a real good looking tire. That one right there is oh, that's got some crack on that. That's to keep your logs from coming on in there when you're backing through a gate if they're getting away from you. Oh yeah, the pins wore right there sitting on the boss, or that's not the boss. The boss is in there. That's I don't know what you call that, the eye or something. Got dueling plates on it, 35.5 32s. This tire right here is going to have to be changed. They'll run slick like that. These tires is kind of like a ugly old man. The bigger they are, they look uglier than what they are. Now the smaller tire like this wouldn't look as ugly as they do as that. Let's see, I don't know what year it is. Let's try the cheat. Well, they might have stopped doing that. I don't see a date of manufacturing on the winch. Looks like the blade cylinder is missing. Looks like some wear around that pin, but we're going to start it up and try all that out. Blade don't look bad. Front tires definitely got to have some attention. I mean, they'll run a long time like that on a skidder. You know, those tires are really tough. But anyway, let's get up here in the cab and see what it is. See what it is to it. like those sawmill belts better than I do the chains. They don't swing in weedy. All right, let's check see if we got any juice. Oh yeah. Let's find I hear the air conditioner blowing. Let's see if we can get the hours on it. All right, it's got 11,226.6 hours. Inside the cab's not really bad. Headliner's not falling down. It's got a single stick, forward and reverse. There's right here, gear up and down. I'm not sure what the green one does, maybe neutral. This is your blade. This right here is your grapple. One of these will be open and close. The other will be rotate. This function, your booms up and down, and this is the stick boom. I don't really know, and this is your winch control. Let's get down there and check the oil, get this thing started, and see what it is to it. He did tell me that the engine side screen was missing. Looks like this, I don't know what that is. I'm not familiar with these H's as I should be, but this is a 6068L. See what the oil looks like in it. Oh yeah, this thing is, I don't know. That right there is hot. I'm sure that's supposed to be somewhere else. Yeah, it's right there on the money. This thing's making oil. Got it covered pretty good. Can y'all see it? I think I see the water in there. Yeah, there was water and antifreeze in it. So that's good. That cap right there actually says diesel on it, but that's not diesel. That's where the hydraulic goes. Oh, they've probably got a side. It does right here. This is Hank's favorite thing on the machine is the sight glass. I don't see any in it, and we didn't bring any with us. You can tell it's been leaking oil pretty bad. But if we crank it up, if we start it up and it's whining, we will switch it off. I'm not going to run them low of oil, especially this newer model and expensive as these hydraulic pumps are for these H's and the engines. I think an engine for this H model new is like 20 grand. These engines right here, a buddy of mine bought one and several people bought them, and they're like 21,000 new. Things are so high, and I know it's high on everybody, but on this equipment, they have just got things so high, it's just hard to make a living, and trying to replace things as they should be replaced. I believe this right here has got what they call the sweet axles. It's got that big row of bolts here. They hardly ever tear up, but when they do, I think that rear end right there used would cost you about 10 grand for the whole thing. Pulled off like a burnt one, so if they charging 10 grand for a pull out, I bet those things are 30 grand. This is where the hydraulic oil is. Behind this, right now, not the hydraulic oil, the transmission fluid, the transmission check, where you check the transmission at. Boy, howdy. This guy was a Boy Scout here. Let's come back to that. I ain't. See about fuel. Oh, howdy. If we try it, we might not be trying it long. I don't feel much. It don't have much, but I believe we got enough to check it out. Looks like it's got a couple of grapple cylinders leaking, maybe hoses. The guards are missing on those two. If you could find a match for a tire like this, you could easily put one with it on the front and try to find a match to that one and on the back and make you a good, make this machine look a lot better. The grapple tongs don't look that bad. They look like they can be straightened out or welded. This, yeah, they broke the ear off of this one right here. And that looks like some of my welding there. Stuff like that I have to be redone and make where it looks, that's what it's supposed to look like right here. Well, this is the other side to it. That's what it's supposed to look like right there. And it had some damage right there too. All right. Jacob, first thing I'm going to do is crank it up, see how it sounds running. I'm going to let the blade down, put some pressure up, kind of lift up a little bit. Well, I can see right now it's going to be loose because it's missing a pin on this side. Yeah. All right, well, I know what that's going to be about for sure. All right, well, let's just see what it'll do. You think we're going to need that top done? All right, here we go. Will it start? Okay. That's good. Engine sounds really good. Yeah, all right. Let's check that front end. All right, let's look at the center. Spooling the wheel. Yeah. it's hot in this cabin. See if that cools off any, I doubt it. All the windows is in it. I doubt it did. But hey, I'm not going to run it that much more because of the fuel. But it went right into gear. Let's check the blow-by on the engine because that's something else important to do, the engine. And then we'll call this one pretty much checked out. You can see a lot of pin looseness on it. It's got a lot of leaks. And once you run it through the shop, you know, and these guys that I sell to, they run it through the shop, and everybody knows what parts cost, and everybody knows what shop labor is all about. You still got to buy it reasonable enough. Is it leaking? You still got to buy it reasonable enough where they can make money. And sometimes it's just hard to do. Sometimes you can buy them, and sometimes you can't. But let's check the blow-by and call this one good. I'm just going to check the blow-by a little bit. I mean, that's not terrible right there. Of course, as you see after we run it, got a blade cylinder leaking. I think Jacob showed you just how wore out that blade pin going through there is. I don't think we got much slack out of the center. I couldn't feel it if we did. Looks like it's standing tall right there, you know, for that. Winch works good. This may be something they can, this may be something that they can work with. I used to keep up, tell you about the year model was on the serial number, but I'll find out. I believe it's probably going to be like a 2012. If I had to guess, I'm going to say a 2012. But the rotate works on the grapple, open and close works good. All right, let's move on to the next one. I believe we'll check out this 437D. When they let a log get on that catwalk there, it just makes them look so ugly and abused. But we'll check that out next. Okay, here we're on this 437D. Not a bad looking loader appearance wise. It's got a, I might be wrong on it. I think that's a 264 CSI delimber. I'll make sure. I tell you what, it's got a pretty good set of tires that I believe, if all the air was in them properly, they would get you. They would last a while. You see the deck on this side's bent also. Makes it look so bad. That one's in terrible shape. These tires look good too. It's got a rotoback grapple on it. Hopefully that thing turns. Maybe the turn mode. A lot of y'all know that these little old motors right here go out on them, and when they go bad, a lot of times they won't fix them. They just swing. So we'll see what that one does in just a minute. Looks like this guy was cutting a track of hardwood. Pretty nice size oak right there. Good place for a rattlesnake to be also. It's like a cedar top right there blowed out. Let's see, watch for snakes, Wiley. I'm watching, Wiley. Thank you for reminding me. If y'all hadn't seen that video with Hank and I was walking through that junkyard. Yeah, that's a 264 CSI delimber. Those are, I'm not even sure if that's all I don't even know if they make any more delimbers than that anymore. They used to make a Riley and they make all kind of things, but I believe CSI's took over. It's on a Pitts loader trailer, which they make them right here in Alabama. At Pittsview, Alabama, or I don't think they make them in Elba. They bought out the old Dorsey trailer plant. I think they just build flatbeds and chip vans and whatnot. So I'm not sure if they build the log trailers or not. They make a fine trailer. This step don't look too bad. They got the CTR, I think I've already said that. Ground saw with it. Got two good looking logs over there that if it was cut, you can make some really good flooring for your low bore trailer. As most of you know, on the 437s, the John Deeres, they're notorious for the turntable bearing being bad. And that's what we're going to look for, Jacob, is the turntable. Make sure it's no slop in it, because that right there is about a $12,000 change. And I know once you spend $12,000 and you got a new bearing in it, you're good for a while. 7, 8, 10,000 hours. I don't know how many hours is on this one. Hopefully it's been changed. So let's get up there in the cab and get the oil checked and see what this thing is all about. I'm liking that hump right there. Just ain't quite tall enough. There's the serial number of the loader. Don't tell me anything, but you can run it and find out about it. All right, since we're right here, let's just check the water. Oh yeah, plenty of water, plenty of antifreeze. That's a good sign. Motor oil in it. That is a 6068. Now I wish they put that dipstick just a tad lower. Oh yeah, this thing right here is making oil. Okay, got a few tools right here that goes with it probably. Not too bad in the cab. Not too bad a seat, the armrest. Joysticks are kind of, well, they aren't kind of, they kind of wore out right here on this one. This one's in good, that's what they're supposed to be like right here. Minimum play. This one right here has been flopped around pretty good bit. Oh. Let's see what the hours is on this one. 14,000, that sounds about right. So we're gonna find out if this turntable has been replaced or not, because I don't think that they'll go 14,000 hours without turntable, you know, pulling it through a delimber. I'm sure some of you had that you got by with it, but more times than not, I bet you. Got this Cobra CB in here. Uh-oh. Fuel's low, really low. Well, Jacob, let's try the turntable bearing first. I'm gonna boom down and put pressure, and you just get right there and see if you can see anything. All right, hopefully we can not run out of fuel here before we get this thing checked out. see right here, I'm just worried about that, so I'm gonna just turn it off so we don't run it out of fuel. I'd say it's a pretty good loader. They got something on the cab right here. I don't know. I've never seen that before, so I don't know if they got in the woods and come under. They had to come under a limb and just caught it and damaged the cab. But it's not a bad operating loader, and it seems to be quick by the controls. There again, just a lot of things to be done to it. I couldn't get out and show you, but on where the grapple hooks to the boom, that turnbuckle, it's loose. We got some looseness right here in this main boom pin. It looks good when all the hoses are on the boom like that. That's a plus. That's something that you see more tore off than you do on, but that really looks good. I'd say it's okay. I'd say it's going to be a 6 out of a 10. I don't know, maybe a 5 out of a 10. Well, let's try out the Caterpillar. Maybe it's got some fuel in it. Okay, we're on a 553 Caterpillar. As you know, Caterpillar bought Prentice out, Omark, ever what it is. They bought them out. I don't know what year it was. Maybe y'all do. And that's why the Prentice head is on this one. I'm sure that they had wore out the head that was actually on this one, and they probably found this Prentice off a burnt one, made it work. It looks like they had the gathering arm and the accumulator arm. They took off their other one. I don't know, look at there, it's got yellow paint on it, so it, who knows. This one probably went on a Prentice, and as they run it, they scrubbed the red paint off of it, so that it probably was red too. They probably didn't change out anything. It's just that these things scrubbed the trees and they wore the paint off, so that's where I'm going with that. This is like I'm saying, this took place of the 511 Hydrax. You know, back when I was in it, it was a 411, 511, 611, and the 411 was great for thinning pine. They had this mid-size 511. Let's see. Yeah, 553. There's the serial number. Sold by Ring Power. I think they're in Florida. I'm sure it's got a Caterpillar engine in it. When we pop that open, we'll check the hood. This right here is probably the fuel. Sounds pretty low. This side right here is the hydraulic. Got 28 L26s on them. That's a real good tire. I'm gonna guess this right here is where you check the oil. Why would they have that right there if this wasn't the right side to check the oil? When do you check it up top? This is a Cat engine. I couldn't tell you the make of it. Maybe we see a plate on it, because I'm not really familiar with it. You know, the ones I'm familiar with is like 6 BT Cummins in them. I just want to make sure I'm not missing the oil. I probably am not going to move it. Just simply because this tire, it probably, I just, right now we can air it up, but I will bump it. You can tell it's right here, give you a good idea this tire is really low. And I just don't want to move it and take a chance of popping it off the wheel. That's a booger. Leave a comment below if you know what model engine these are in Cats. Maybe a 30-something 06, because it is a 6-cylinder. Oh yeah, this thing's making oil. Got Baldwin filters on there. You can get them from my buddies at Covenant Heavy Duty. This door, you can tell, had come off at one time. got caught right here. I'm just assuming that's how it got done, hit the tire. Or they had the door open and a tree hit it. Not for sure. All right, well this thing shows 322 hours. So we know it rolled over. See if we got any. None. All right, maybe they got a, maybe there's a master switch we can find. And I believe I was all over it on the back. Yeah, those was the solenoids that you was looking at. Sensors or something. If it is, it's on that side, I believe. And I just missed it. Maybe this is how you do the on and the power. It's getting hot. It's getting hot. It's getting warm. I don't see a disconnect. You know, we just got through checking out a 437D, and just in case y'all hadn't never seen what actually a knuckle boom loader does, just give you a quick view of one. Looks like he's making this, looks like this is going to Chapman probably. Well, there you go. Got him loaded. All right, what we come and look at this cutter right here. This cutter is for sale. The loader's not for sale. I just wanted to show y'all, just in case y'all hadn't never seen one operate, which I'm sure you have. But this is a 643K. They do want to sell it. I think everything on it works. I don't think the air conditioner works on it. He wants to sell it because he wants to upgrade some. Or either he's going to have to spend some money on this one. I think he said it kind of heats up when it gets to running. The hydraulics heats up. Maybe we can get him to cut a few trees here in a minute. All right, he's fueling it up. What he's doing? Yeah, he's getting some fuel. Running that electric fuel pump to it. Got some good tires on it. Saw disc is still winding down. I think he's gone now to get him a set of teeth, just in case he don't sell it. You can tell he needs one because it's just shredding the butts of the trees. He needs some teeth. But let's hang around and see what it'll do. Looks like they're getting the top size right. I'm sure that's what it is. Trim it up. It's going to Boise in Chapman is where it's going. I think Boise bought the sawmill that was in Chapman out, and I think that's where this is going. It's good wood. I bet it's heavy. All right, well there goes this load. I think we got here about the time they was going to change ramps, so we probably just going to head on back. That's a nice load of wood right there. couple of soft spots out there. The skidder's gonna have to follow him. Y'all didn't get to see coming in, but we'll show you going out. Boy, I guess that'll make you kind of tighten up right there, and makes me tighten up the way that thing's on that little. But he's gonna clean out around the loader right now, I believe. That grapple skidder gets back, he's gonna hook to him and move ramps. All right. Well, we're gonna get out of here. These two cutters, the CAT and the 643K, is for sale. The loader and the H model skidder that we looked at up the road's for sale. Email me at wiley.dec@gmail.com. I have the email in the link, because I don't see your comments till later on that you're interested in something. So leave me a link. Leave me a shoot me a email. I can't even talk. Shoot me an email. I'm gonna call the wholesaler this afternoon and see if I can get this sold. I'll keep y'all posted on how it's going. Thank y'all for watching, and remember, don't be wily.